Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Flow of Consciousness YouTube channel. In this video, I want to talk about dealing with a breakup during the pandemic. Now, during the pandemic, everybody had a lot more time to think about their ex than usual, right? We're locked up in our houses, we can't really go out, we can't really socialize, we can't really do all the things we used to do. So if you're going through a breakup right now, then I want to tell you that I know what it feels like. It is absolutely brutal. You feel like nothing else matters. You feel excruciating pain in your chest. Your thoughts are all over the place. You're constantly thinking of your ex. And the pandemic situation is not making it any better. Now, many people are actually struggling with a breakup, maybe due to the pandemic or because of the pandemic, and it's making things even more difficult than if there would be no raging pandemic, because we can't really do the things we used to do. There is so much time to think about your ex. There is so much time to be isolated and to feel alone and to not know what to do with your time, right? So I want to first start off by sharing my empathy with you, by sharing my understanding, by telling you that I know what it feels like. It is absolutely brutal, right? It's absolutely brutal. And feeling like you're locked up in your house with your thoughts, with your own thoughts, with your own obsessive thoughts is terrible. It's terrible. So, how can you deal with this situation if you find yourself being isolated in your house due to pandemic regulations? Well, first off, what really helped me in that situation was journaling and meditating. And I can't stress this enough, guys. Allowing your feelings to be the way they are and not trying to change them is the first part of the healing process. You need to really allow all the feelings that you have to be there and to be and to express them. Express these feelings. Don't suppress them, because if you do, they will come out in other ways. They will make you sick, they will make you resentful, they will make you sad, they will cause all kinds of problems, like unexpressed emotions, unallowed emotions, non-allowed emotions. They foster and they create sickness, they create damage to our bodies. Now, I'm not saying that you should be shouting your anger everywhere all the time and just constantly being expressing your emotions. That's not what I'm saying. But I think it's really important to at least commit to setting aside some time for you to express and process. Express, process. Expressing actually means processing, right? By expressing your feelings, your emotions, you're actually processing and you're actually letting go a little bit. And letting go is, I think, the only cure to moving on and dealing with a breakup. It is letting go of your attachment to your ex. It is letting go of your attachment to your negative beliefs. And this letting go process is only possible if you also express and process your feelings. Now, how do you deal with the obsessive thoughts? How do you deal with feeling uneasy all the time, especially when you can't really leave your house or when you can't really surround yourself with people you love, right? Use technology. You can call someone. You can hop on a Zoom call, a video call, whatever it is. Connect. It's really important that you connect with the people that you care about, because again, there is something to just being able to express whatever you're feeling to another human being and have them pay attention to it, which will in and of itself transform what you're going through. The awareness, the focused attention that is being given to your feelings is going to transform those feelings. It's going to allow you to process them better. And you want to be careful with not overloading your social circle. You want to be careful with also taking the time to listen to what they're struggling with, because it's not only very selfish to only talk about your feelings, but it can also actually help you with understanding that yes, your situation is very painful, but other people are also struggling with things, right? So if you share your pain with someone you love, don't forget to also ask them how they're doing, to ask them what they're struggling with. And that way you can exchange support, and it can actually pull you out of your head a little bit when you do that. So I highly recommend you don't lose track of what your dear friends and loved ones are going through as well. Because you're not alone. You're really not alone with your suffering. Yes, maybe you're the only person you know who is going through a breakup right now. But there's tons of other people who are going through a breakup right now. Maybe not in your direct environment, but there are. You can find Facebook groups, support groups. You can find content creators who talk about this. Like there is so many people who are going through similar suffering as you are. And I'm not saying this to diminish the amount of suffering that you're going through. That's not all what I'm saying, because what you feel is valid. It's true, right? And it's very, very painful. It's brutal. Sometimes it feels like it will never end, but it will. It absolutely will. And I am here to tell you that it will. I have been through many breakups, and each time I came out the other end a new person, a completely different person. So dealing with a breakup during the pandemic requires you to be a little bit more creative with the way you fill your time. Now, it can also be a blessing because you have more time to think, you have more time to reflect, to take action, right? The internet gives you access to the world in an instant. So you can read articles, you can find books, you can start an online business, you can start an online project. There is so many things you can do that can help you heal from your breakup. And the main important things, I think, are expressing, processing, allowing, and shifting your focus and attention back onto yourself. What is important to you? What is really important to you? Let's cut out everything that has to do with your ex. Everything. For a moment. Go on this thought experiment with me. Cut out everything that has to do with your ex and come back to yourself. What is important to you? What do you care about? What do you want to achieve? Who do you want to be? Something that I always said to myself is, I refuse to be a victim. Do you want to refuse to be a victim? Because you can actually refuse to be a victim. Initially, you might find yourself in a victim mentality. I was too, right? You feel broken, you feel left behind, you feel betrayed, you feel abandoned, all these things. Oh, poor me, poor me. But is that actually helping you? Is it actually empowering you? Or is it keeping you stuck somewhere? Is it keeping you small? You're not small. You're big. You're large. You have so much potential. So refuse to be a victim. And even if the circumstances because of the pandemic are terrible, I believe that there is still ways that you can be proactive about it. You can still decide to not be a victim. You can still refuse to be a victim and choose yourself. Think what is important to you, or what was important to you. Think back to before you met your ex-partner. You were okay before them. Yes, there were sometimes things that you struggled with or things that made you feel sad, but that was also the case while you were in the relationship. That was not much different, right? So thinking that your life was so much better when you were in the relationship with them, it's simply not true. It's your mind trying to tell you all these lies in order for you to maintain the addiction that was your ex-partner. Because I really believe that being in a relationship is like an addiction, and breaking up is like a withdrawal phase. There is a withdrawal phase, and this involves anger, denial, frustration, fear, and also victimizing, right? So you have to move through these stages, and in a breakup they can be mixed around. They can be like so chaotic and all over the place, and that's totally fine. In that case, express and process. Express, process, right? Express on paper and journaling, express on the phone, talk to the people you love, use technology, meditate, sit with your pain. Understand that you are not gonna die from missing your ex-partner. You're not gonna die. Yes, it's very uncomfortable. I know what it feels like, trust me. But it's not the end of the world. You can sit with this pain and understand that it is just that, temporary pain. It's not gonna last forever, even though it might feel like that. And I know sometimes it feels like it's gonna last forever, but it's not going to last forever. It's really not. You were okay before your ex-partner, you will be okay after your ex-partner. Trust me. You are large, you are brave, you are capable of moving past this. There is so much energy inside you right now. You are a tub of emotions, a tub of powerful energy. And once you realize your true power, once you realize that you have infinite potential and you can really tap into that, man, the world will not know what happens. The world will have never seen this coming. You will unfold into something so far ahead of where you are now that you will surprise yourself even. You will be amazed by what you can achieve. Dealing with the breakup during the pandemic can bring some extra challenges, absolutely. But on the other hand, it can also bring a lot of blessings. And if you're sometimes thinking about your ex living their best lives without you, oh, they left me and now they're living the life that they've always wanted, for them it's also pandemic times, you know? They're also sitting there at home sometimes all alone, all by themselves. And I am sure that they're also sometimes thinking about you. I bet they do. Because you simply can't connect with someone on a deep emotional level, then break apart and never think of them. They are thinking of you too. Absolutely. And it can be a soothing thought to think about that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter whether they think of you or not. It really doesn't. The only thing that really matters is how are you going to grow from this experience? How did you allow yourself to connect with your ex-partner when you were together? How did you keep your heart open? How brave were you? How did you treat them and yourself? And how can you improve from now onwards? Because I'm sure you were not perfect in the relationship too. There were things that you maybe didn't even notice. But a relationship consists of two people, you and the other. And a relationship can't exist when these two people are not connected. Right now, you're broken up. You're no longer connected. So there is no relationship anymore. And you need to accept that. You're trying to hold on maybe to this relationship in your mind, but it's no longer there. And that's okay. I know it doesn't feel like it's okay, but it is. It's a blessing in disguise. Trust me. You will look back on this time period in your life and be so grateful. If you decide to take action proactively, if you come back to your center, if you put your attention back onto yourself and think what is important to you, what do you care about, what do you want to achieve, dare to dream again, dare to think about what are some things that you lost track of while you were in the relationship, what was holding you back. Maybe all the time and attention you were spending together with your ex-partner was actually necessary for you to build what you want to build in your life, to create your gift. Maybe now all this time and energy finally is freed up, and that is why the breakup happened. So you can commit to something that you truly care about. Take some time to reflect. Many people, they are not even aware of what they want to do in their lives, what they want to achieve. And it takes time. It takes time to know this, to learn this, to discover this. But you have the time now, a lot of time. During the pandemic, even more time than you would if it were not pandemic times, because there is simply less distractions. And again, I know what it feels like. I really, really do. And I empathize with you. It's brutal. It's brutal. It is so difficult sometimes to believe that you will feel better eventually. You will feel better. You will leave it behind you. And you will look back with gratitude. I look back on all my breakups with so much gratitude. Like every single time, there was a massive transformation in me as a person. And I got closer and closer to myself, to the things that are important to me, the things that I want to do in my life. It's very powerful stuff. So you are a tub of emotions, a tub of energy, potential. Use that. And allow your feelings and emotions to be there. Don't suppress them. Don't judge them. It's okay. It's absolutely okay. You're not alone. It's totally normal. All the things that you're feeling are totally normal. But use that energy to put it back onto yourself, to refocus, to readjust. And yes, there is going to be a lot of days where I feel hopeless and confused and sad, but these are going to, die down. They're going to diminish over time. They're going to become less and less. There's so many flies and beasts here. Anyways, that's what you get in nature. It's an integral part of nature. Just like breakups are an integral part of growing up. Be grateful that... Let me ask you a question. Do you want to be the person who is sad, resentful, vengeful towards their ex-partner because they left you, or because they betrayed you, or because they hurt you? Or do you want to be the person who is grateful, who is able to put things into perspective, who knows that they care more about themselves than any pain that might be caused to them ever could prevent them from doing? Do you want to be the person who is joyful and who draws strength from their suffering, who wants to inspire people, who wants to serve? Or do you want to stay in a resentful victim mentality? The person who is always complaining and sad and sees all the negative in everything. What kind of person do you want to be? I'm not here to tell you which one is better. I'm not here to tell you which one you need to be or have to be or should be. I'm just here to make you think. Think for yourself. I can't decide that for you. No one can decide that for you. Only you can. And I know the answer to this question for myself. I know this. So dealing with a breakup during the pandemic, it requires a lot of courage, strength, a proactive approach, and You have the ability to do that. You absolutely do. And if you need help with anything, I'm here. You can ask me questions, you can reply to comments, you can send me DMs. I'm here to help you, but you are the one who is going to go through this, and you're the one who is going to grow into the 2.0 version of yourself. And you will be so grateful, so thankful to yourself that you did this. Because in fact, you're already doing this. By watching this video, by looking for ways to process your breakup, you're already doing this. And that's amazing. That's wonderful. I applaud you for that. I really do. It's so important and so admirable. Not many people actually do this. So you're very brave for looking for solutions. And you're on the right path. Trust me. Trust me. You will be okay. I promise. You'll be okay. Thank you for being here with me. I hope you feel my support. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.